All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Brunner. My name's Eric Bauer. I'm the general manager here. For over 40 years, Brunner has been a leading manufacturer of brake components for the commercial vehicle industry. On behalf of the entire Brunner team, it is my pleasure to welcome and introduce the Honorable Chuck Schumer, along with our other distinguished guests. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. And thank you for doing a great job here at Brunner, one of the largest employers, here in Orleans County, and I thank you for coming. I want to thank our great chair of our legislature, who I've always worked closely with. She's a Republican, I'm a Democrat, it doesn't matter. We both work hard to help Orleans County in a variety of ways, and she called me about this center a while back. Is she back here?
Yes, I am.
There you are. Okay. We have two people who have benefited from the Job Corps here at Iroquois, Kevon Parson. Kevon, I saw him, and Jennifer Hill-Young.
That's me.
Hi, thank you, Jennifer. We have Robin Hellner, another company that's benefited from Job Corps training and employees, founder of Hellner Development. Rob, are you here?
Yes.
Thank you. Pleasure. Oh, such a young owner. Very nice. We have a lot of guests. I'm going to leave some people out because we have such a beautiful, big crowd. But let me just acknowledge them. You should get a picture of the whole crowd. Come up here and do that, Ben. It's nice. Lindsay Clark, an Iroquois Job graduate, class of 22. Robert Soder, former instructor on bricklaying. I think I met him back there. Yes. Skip Draper, one of our county legislators. And we have someone from Niagara County, David Godfrey. I'm going there next. I'm driving over. Where's David? Is he here? Maybe not. He's probably going to our event. We're talking about tariffs. You know, Canadian visitors who come here and spend their money and all that is way down because of the tariffs. So we're going to talk about that over in Niagara County. I think David will be there. We have the Mayor Sherman, Marguerite Sherman, and board member Jess Marciano from Medina, the village. Steve Bolt and Gary Patnode from the county fairgrounds. We have Marie Snyder from the Lions Club. Love the Lions. Medina VFW Auxiliary President, David Berry. So thank you, David, for your service and for all the men and women who are part of the VFW and the auxiliary. We have Mark Schertz, the CEO of Orleans Community Health at Medina Memorial Hospital. I am the defender of our rural hospitals. Two Chucks in the Senate. Chuck Grassley, a Republican from Iowa, and Chuck Schumer. We defend our rural hospitals because they are so much needed here and are under siege. We have Michael Dobell, Gabrielle Perrone, Kelly Kiabala from the Economic Development Agency, and other organizations. I don't know the names of the people here, but the East Shelby Fire Department is here, the Paws Animal Shelter is here, the Orleans Konokia Food Pantry, the Bent's Opera House, and the Genesee Community College Adult Education Opportunity Center. And you can see by the broad spectrum of people who are here from so many different parts of this wonderful county how important this Iroquois Center is. So I'm glad to be here to defend it. As you know, I visit every county every year. This is my I've been to Orleans County more than once on several years, but this is my 26th year of visiting every county, and I'm glad to be here and keep doing that. I have set the record long ago for any statewide elected official visiting Orleans County. And we've helped with lots of things, most recently trying to get broadband to more places in the county, so important to people and attracting businesses and everything else. But, you know, I've done many different things, helped save things in Holly, and we have a long list of things we've done for this county. And people said, oh, you're majority leader, you're minority leader, you're going to forget us. No, I'm still visiting every county every year and still helping and trying to use my clout as minority leader to help the county out. So, and today one of the best things we can do is talk about this great Iroquois Center, the Job Corps. Before I do, I'd like to take one off topic, because we had a loss, not here, but not too far away in Livingston County, Mount Morris. Greg O'Connell, who I knew when he was in Brooklyn, he was a visionary, and he invested in revitalizing communities. We had a poor community called Red Hook It was right by the water, and he helped revitalize it, so it's now booming. But he decided he wanted to do the same thing in Mount Morris, over up in Livingston County. And he worked really hard to make Red Hook a national model of how to do urban renewal in our small towns. And it's become a blueprint. People come from all over the country now to see what was done in Mount Morris. We worked with him long and hard. I visited it a bunch of times. We got them a $2 million grant. And he started out as a police officer, Greg did. He was in New York City Police Department, NYPD, detective. He got graduated from around here. That's how he came back up. He went to SUNY Geneseo, and he made a real mark. So we want to just think of Greg, the great stuff he's done upstate and downstate, and think of his family as well. May he rest in peace. Okay, now let's get to the Iroquois Job Center. So I thank you for everything here. So for months now, the administration has put the Iroquois Job Corps in limbo. If you ask the people who work here, if you ask the people who get trained here, each day might be their last, that things would be cut off. That's no way to live. That's no way to do a good job, to hang in limbo that way. So we're here, all of us. We can be Democrats, Republicans, we can be liberals, moderates, conservatives. But we're all here because we want to say we have a single message. We are all here with one single message. We must save the Iroquois Job Corps Center. It's done so much good for this county. It was one of the first visits, my early visits, I think, when was I don't know if any of you were around. I think it was about 2001 or 2002. Was that right? Yeah, everyone knows the great Chris Zeltman, who runs our Rochester office, done a great job for me over all those years. In any case, we got to save this place. You know, we want our young people to have a future. We don't want them to have a handout. We want them to have a future. And they should know if they work hard and learn a skill, they can get a good paying job and support a family in decency, and be proud parents and proud spouses. That's what this center has done for so long. And so it's where New Yorkers and residents of this great county can make their dream come true. If students get hands-on skills, and they don't just teach a skill that's up there in the ether up there, it's a skill of a company that needs that skill. And that's why we're here today. That's why Hellner is here. Because we have, the new jobs in the world, even the jobs, the blue-collar jobs, need more skills. You got to know algebra a lot of cases. You never used to. We have a great shortage of welders, for instance. I don't know if you do welders here at the Job Corps, but I know MCC does it in Rochester. In my day, a welder was just a visor and a blowtorch. But now, because it's become so scientific, you need to know this temperature at this time, you need to know algebra. Well, if the kids go to school and they just say, learn algebra, they may say, what the hell, why should I learn algebra? But if you say you're going to get a job that's going to pay you a good salary if you learn algebra because you're learning it as part of a skill, it works. That's what we're doing. And that's what this center does. Over 200 kids every year, students, get the training they need, and then they get employed. In carpentry, we have some carpenters here, in electrical work, in healthcare, and at companies like Brunner. So what happened is in May, the Department of Labor, for reasons no one can quite understand, ordered all the Job Corps centers to be shut down. All of them. And I think this is the second biggest in New York State. There's a slightly bigger one in Albany, but they're in Chautauqua County, they're in many places, mainly in rural areas. And they shut it down even though Congress, Democrats and Republicans, this has always been a bipartisan issue, appropriated the money. The money's there. It's not that it doesn't have the money. And they were going to try to, in the middle of the year, kick out the students, fire the staff. Well, that's wrong, and it's probably illegal too. So the courts have actually said now, a federal judge said that the funding had to keep going. And they said to the administration, you can't shut down the centers until the court case is resolved. The lawyers tell me that we'll win the case. But in the meantime, to shut it down while the case is still pending is doubly unfair. It's wrong to shut it down, it's even wronger only. Okay? And now we have a budget coming up. You've all read about that. We'll have a budget coming up that starts October 1st. And the administration's latest budget zeroes out the Job Corps. But here's the good news. Again, in the Senate, Democrats and Republicans have said we're going to fully fund the Job Corps starting in the October 1st budget. So even though the administration budget says zero it out, we've agreed to overcome it. Why is this so important? I don't know, you know. Do you train railroad engineers?
It'll only be a minute.
Here he goes. Hello. Ben. Oh. Okay. This program gets real bang for the buck. It's not very expensive, and then people get jobs, start families, pay taxes, become members of this community in a very good way. So we have a couple of people who will talk about that. We have Lindsay Clark from Lockport. She studied healthcare. That's another place where we need new jobs, and Iroquois does it. And now she worked in a pharmacy, and now is in college to pursue a career in psychology. We have Kevon Parson. He enrolled in the construction program and is now a member of the Bricklayers Union. So, two good examples. As I said, students get on-the-job training. Like at Hellner, Rollin is here. He's going to say a few words. They build public infrastructure in Orleans County as part of their education. So the county is getting some good labor, skilled labor that doesn't cost much, right?
That's right.
Yeah. And students have built a fire station in the town of Alabama, the Medina Middle School playground, and other things. So these are lasting monuments to how good this place is. So losing the Job Corps would be a gut punch to upstate's economy, to upstate New York's economy, plain and simple. Already, because of the fear that this won't continue, enrollment, which is usually over 200, is down to 46, because word of mouth is the place may not be open. So we need to make sure everyone knows how bad the cuts are for our young people, our businesses, our communities, our economy, and we're trying to get it back. So we're working in a bipartisan way. I'd urge everybody to talk to their Congress members as well as their other senator, who I know is for this, and you're talking to me right now, to say we got to say hands off the Job Corps, keep it going. It's very important. Time is of the essence, and we need all of our legislators. The House budget is much worse than the Senate budget. Senate bipartisan, keep the Job Corps. House budget, not so sure. So I would ask you to call Congressmember Tenney, who's your Congress member, and ask her to work in the House to keep the Job Corps. That would be important. Okay? With that, oh, and I left out one of our legislators, William Ike. Am I saying it right?
Yes, he is here.
Yes, from District 1 is here as well. So thank you for coming. And now let me call on our first speaker, who is Lynne Johnson, our great leader, chair of the legislature.
Thank you.
You're up, Lynne.
Thank you. Thank you. For 60 years, Iroquois Job Corps Center has prepared hundreds of young adults each year to become electricians, carpenters, medical assistants, which are so needed in our rural hospital. Skilled tradespeople our communities depend on. The center is a cornerstone of our regional economy, employing more than 100 residents and injecting over $8.9 million federal funds into Western New York. Halting student enrollments and threatening to close the Iroquois Job Corps Center not only risks the future of over 12,000 students, it also undermines the workforce that power our local industry and our public infrastructure. This is a bipartisan issue, and It's the fair and the right thing to support. So I proudly stand with Senator Schumer in calling for the immediate restoration of student enrollments and full funding for the Iroquois Job Corps Center so we continue building a stronger, more prosperous community. It's no secret that we consider the Iroquois Job Corps Center in Medina hugely important to creating pathways, and you'll hear from many young men and women. And it was extremely gratifying to our legislature. We brought this issue up at NACO, the National Association of Counties, and they passed it unanimously across the country to make it their top priority at their conference that we attended last month. It's clear other counties across the country feel the same way about Job Corps that Senator Schumer does in their regions, and we have joined efforts to save them. So with the full weight of NACO and its members behind efforts to save Job Corps, we stand a much better chance of building a coalition of federal representatives to preserve this important program along with the senator. Thank you.
Put them up there, Lynn. Thank you. Our next speaker is one of the beneficiaries of the Job Corps, as I mentioned. He's now in the Bricklayers Union, Kevon Parson.
Thank you. So, first I want to say thank you for having me. Thanks everyone for coming out. A little bit about me. I'm 24 years old. My birthday was just last month.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I was born in Buffalo, New York, born and raised to a single mother of 4. Didn't have the greatest childhood growing up, but it also wasn't the worst. I mean, we had the typical lights, gas, rats, not always having food, but definitely had cereal. But regardless of that, my relationship with Job Corp started right after high school. Like, I was working at Lenova's Pizzeria at the time, and I knew that, like, no offense to pizzerias, but that wasn't what I wanted to be. I knew that I had more, that I wanted to do more. I wanted to leave an impact on the world rather than just people's stomachs. So when I signed up, my relationship with Job Corps is a little bit different because I signed myself up for it. I know there are some that come in, but a lot of the students when I was there that I met kind of was like their parents, or it was kind of like go to jail or go to Job Corps. But when I got the call, it was like, we got a bus ticket 5 days for you to go out. It's scary. I had to put in a 5-day notice at Lenova's, and it's 2 weeks, so I don't know if I can come back if this don't work out. But
Pizza got cold.
No, it was. The guy, he called me in the office. He was like, "What's this?" I'm like, I told him what it was going for. He said, "I respect that." But going forward, it was definitely scary. Like leaving Buffalo, I never done without my mother. So going to Batavia by myself into this campus that's in the middle of nowhere, there was no internet really at the time.
We don't agree with everything you say.
But Job Corps itself, it's more than just training you for having a program for you to get a job. They offer you your high school, if you can't get your high school GED, they offer you to get your driver's license. Luckily, I had all of those things, so I was a little bit ahead. But it's a community. To me, it's a community. It does a lot more than, like, we planted trees around the campus. They brought a fire pit out. We had s'mores. Like, I think what really makes Job Corps is the employees that's there not for the check. They're there they love their job. They care about the students that's there. And that makes all the difference, especially when you have troubled youth. You need more people in there that care, that can relate to them, to their situation specifically. And I had that. There's a lot of, they're not there no more, but there was a lot of employees there that really care, and I can feel that. When they looked at you, it wasn't a barcode on your forehead. They looked you in your eyes, sat down with you as a human, and tried to understand you. At the end of the day, it's whether Job Corps goes or stays, Job Corps will forever be an ideal to me. An ideal that, in the sense that, sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm nervous.
You're doing good. Don't you worry, Kevon.
Job Corps is an ideal in the fact that no matter where I go, no matter what I do, I will always be inspired to help others without any condition, like Job Corps gave to me. I was completely free. They paid you $20, 2 weeks, wasn't really doing much, but it was better than nothing. I had the opportunity to work in the cafeteria and make decent money. They had the program at the SGA, Student of Government Association. There was the president, the vice president, secretary, and treasurer that got to go to meetings and vote on situations that had with the student body. And lucky enough, I was voted the president. I was a senator. I got to be the president. No offense, senator.
That's higher up than me.
But with that, like that opportunity to go above and beyond what I needed to just complete the program,
very good,
pushes me to do more. Even like to this day, Job Corps, I'm completely done. It's got me here, standing here in front of all these people, doing something that I never expect I would do to this day. So thank you, Job Corps.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Good job, Kevin. Thank you.
There you go.
Very good. Okay, and the Medina Rotary has been very involved in the Job Corps, and we have Jennifer Hill-Young to talk about that. Jennifer.
I'm not going off the cuff like you. I can't do it. Good morning, everybody. Thank you all for being here today. It's truly an honor to speak on behalf of the Rotary Club of Medina as we celebrate and recognize a partnership that has meant so much to our community, our longstanding relationship with Iroquois Job Corps. This partnership goes back many years, well before I even was a member in 2009. In all that time, the students, staff at Iroquois Job Corps have continually impressed us with their dedication, their skills, and their heart. Their spirit of service and craftsmanship, their commitment to bettering our community, these values are perfectly aligned with Rotary's own mission of service over self. Over the years, these students have done more than just complete projects. They've made a lasting impact. Whether it's building bird feeders to bring smiles to residents at local nursing homes, crafting bully benches to promote kindness and inclusion on our school playgrounds, or constructing Adirondack chairs that now sit proudly in our public spaces. The care and pride they put into every project is evident. They've also helped with painting project in Rotary Park and have played a key role in making public spaces more beautiful, more welcoming, and more meaningful for families and visitors alike here in our Medina community. What sets Job Corps apart isn't just the quality of the work, although that's always outstanding, it's the heart behind it. The students gain hands-on experience and valuable skills, yes, but they also learn the power of giving back, and that's what makes all the difference. On behalf of the entire Rotary Club of Medina, I want to say how proud we are to support and collaborate with Iroquois Job Corps. We are deeply grateful for the relationship we've built over the years, and we're excited to continue working together.
Well done.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you.
You did it very well. And our last speaker is Robin Hellner. As I mentioned, he's the founder of Hellner Development. Thanks, Robin.
Thanks, Senator.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Rollin Hellner, founder and CEO of Hellner Development Company, and I'm honored to stand here today with Senator Schumer in strong support of skilled trades education and the Iroquois Job Center. Education is the foundry of opportunity, and that includes education and skilled trades. For too long, we've undervalued the kinds of hands-on training that builds careers, strengthens our economy, and literally shapes our communities. Skilled trades education isn't a fallback, it's a forward path, and the Iroquois Job Corps proves that every day. Through my subsidiary, HD Construction Services, we've had the privilege of hiring over a dozen students from the Iroquois Job Corps in recent years. These young men and women brought real talent, training, and dedication to the job site. Their contributions helped us complete high-impact projects, including an award-winning renovation of the historic church in Middleport, New York, a project that means a lot to our community. Iroquois Job Corps has been a win-win-win. A win for our company in meeting labor needs, a win for students getting quality, top quality job training and real careers, and a win for the communities we serve. Finding skilled workers is one of the biggest challenges in construction today.
Right.
That's why programs like Iroquois are not just important, they're essential. We don't just need workers, we need trained, motivated professionals ready to step into meaningful careers, and that's what Job Corps delivers. I'd like to thank Senator Schumer for his leadership in fighting to keep Iroquois Job Corps Center open and funded. It's an investment in people, in education, and our future.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'd like to just underscore 2 points that Rollin made. Number one, we do have a shortage, particularly in our more rural areas, of skilled workers. So I was down in Schuyler County at Watkins Glen, and there's a housing shortage. There's new businesses coming in, they can't find housing. And I said, well, is it there's no land? Of course there's land, but they don't have enough skilled workers to help build the housing, the carpenters, the electricians, the bricklayers, etc. So this helps do that, because it's not that we have so many people available to do those jobs these days. And second, all too often we send kids, say go to high school, and when they come out they don't have any skill and they don't know what they're going to do. The Job Corps gives you a skill that you know you will be needed by employers here. And that's not just true here in Orleans County, it's true in every Job Corps site that we have in New York State. So that's why it's such, we believe in America, if you work hard, you should be able to create a decent life for your family, and Job Corps is the ladder up to do just that. So I'm very proud of it. We'll take some questions, and then we'll take some pictures. So questions on this subject from anyone in the media?
Do you know how the businesses are functioning? The Job Corps, are they able to enroll students at this point?
Well, there are still some students, but as I mentioned, fewer are coming here because they're worried it'll close. Hopefully, when we pass the budget and get bipartisan support, on October 1st, there'll be good news that it's funded for another whole year.
If the House doesn't put it in the budget, what happens?
Well, we still have, the cutoff for this year, the courts have said is illegal, but that court case is still continuing, so we'd have to try in court. But the best way to pass this is by bipartisan legislation. Okay, any other questions? All right.
So at this point, how do you move forward?
Well, we're doing a budget bill. We just passed in the Senate on the Health and Human Services budget, full funding of the Job Corps for next year. So we'll have to bring that to the floor of the Senate in September. We hopefully the House, Congresswoman Tenney and others will go along, and then we'll get it funded by October 1st.
So this upcoming year is in question?
This upcoming year, they cut off the funding, and that's why people are hurting right now. The courts have said they got to restore it, but they haven't put the money back in yet.